Squad? Y'all know the routine. Back live in full effect. About to get this Instagram live popping for y'all. And we on and popping. You feel what I'm saying? Show on and popping. Apologies about that. Camera dropping. But yeah, here comes the intro. Let's get it popping, y'all. What up, squad? MizzyWorld Entertainment is back to present another episode of MadMizzy Sports in the AM. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Hope y'all are having a successful, positive week so far. Hope y'all started y'all off on the right foot on Monday with the MadMizzy Sports and the AM Monday episode. But we starting off our Thursday episode, breaking down, reacting to the Monday Night Football predictions that I put out there and recapping Monday Night Football. So if y'all watched the Monday episode, y'all know I had both teams covering the spread. So as far as me going against the spread on prime time, I'm up to 8-3 right now. Yeah, 8-3 against the spread right now on prime time. So as far as me going against the spread is damn near automatic at this point. You feel what I'm saying? A quarter of the way through the NFL season so far, and I'm 8-3 on prime time. Let's look at the first game though, where the Dolphins beat the Jets, and I knew this was going to happen simply because, for one, they had Justin Fields that was rushing back. I thought Justin Fields was probably going to come in and be on a little high horse because last time we saw him, he did play well. He played well against the Pittsburgh Steelers. But what we've also learned since then is that Pittsburgh Steelers probably don't have a too good of a defense. So, and then, like I was saying, the Dolphins were close. You know what I'm saying? They came out, they got punched in the mouth by the Indianapolis Colts on week one. Unexpected. It had us all shocked. Like, what's going on with Miami? Then they lose to New England. New England, I believe, might be 3-1 right now. I think they 2-2. But they lose a close one to New England. They lose a close one in Buffalo to the Bills. So I'm like, man, they gonna come out there and beat the Jets. And it went exactly the way I expected it to. The Dolphins kind of did whatever they wanted to. It wasn't even as close as the score suggested, 27-21, but Dolphins covered the spread. I think they had 3.5 points, something like that. Maybe it might have been 2.5. That's why I might have took that. But I was like, yeah, man, they gonna beat them by at least three, 4 points. You feel what I'm saying? So I wasn't surprised by that. And the Dolphins look like the Dolphins. I ain't gonna say the Dolphins are old because the Dolphins are old. They put up 70 at one point, right? They put up a couple 70 burgers in their time. So their offense has been immaculate. You know what I mean? So um I don't really want to say that they back, but they showed that fight that we expected them to show to start off the season. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to the Miami Dolphins, but losing Tyreek Hill in the process, that's a hurt piece. But I mean, it's a part of the game. Tyreek Hill has been playing for I can't even remember how long. You get what I'm saying? Like, what's this? His third year with the Miami Dolphins, had about what 4 or 5 years with the Kansas City Chiefs. So he's a veteran in the game, no major injuries, and to have that happen, man, is sad to see, especially for a dude that loves the game, man. Like I've never heard Tyreek Hill throw a quarterback under the bus. I've never seen him pouting on the sideline. I've never seen him throwing Gatorade coolers and this, that, and the third. When out of all the receivers I've seen in my lifetime, I believe he did have the biggest impact. You get what I'm saying for a quarterback in general, more than To with Donovan, more than Randy with Tom Brady, Tyreek Hill with Tua Tagovailoa, or even if you want to say with Patrick Mahomes. I think it was the biggest impact of any receiver probably since Jerry Rice joining my San Francisco 49ers. So man, it's sad to see, man, and I'm sending out well wishes to Tyreek Hill and a speedy recovery, and hopefully we do see you next year because it's only a dislocated knee and a torn ACL. And I know that I'm saying, oh, it's only, but dislocation, it don't take that much to recover from. And then we know the ACL, it ain't the new ACL is the Achilles. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't pop that Achilles, then you should be back in a few months, still early in this season. So he'll definitely be back next year. And hopefully he'll be back to cheetah form. You get what I'm saying? So speedy recovery out there to Tyreek Hill, man. Can't wait to see you back on the field. Let's get over to that second game. on Monday Night Football, man. And I was flip flopping. No, I wasn't flip flopping on this one. I kind of at first was like, nah, they ain't gonna get beat on back to back. Then I'm like, nah, the Broncos gonna beat them by at least 10. Then they went out there and smashed them 28-3. You feel what I'm saying? So for me, the Broncos went out there and they was that team that I expected them to be. Like I was saying on Monday, you look at the Broncos. They won. They they won in week one, I believe. Week two, they lost to the Indianapolis Colts on a close game. Week three, they lost to the Chargers in a game that they damn near had total control over, but Bo Nix just couldn't make that extra play to put the Chargers away. So I was looking at it like the Broncos they still a good team. You know what I'm saying? They just lost some close games, had some things. You like if you watch the games and don't just be a fan, you can really intake the feel of the games and how games are going and how people are losing. You get what I'm saying? So I was looking at the way the Broncos were losing, and I'm like, okay, you had that last penalty against the Indianapolis Colts, the Chargers, who've been dominating to start off the year, barely beat y'all. So yeah, they gonna come out there and they gonna put a stranglehold on Jake Browning and the Bengals, and they did exactly that. I was stupid, and this is what I learned though with my legs with the Miami Dolphins. I mean, if you're gonna take a running back, don't go receiving yards, go rushing yards because you're gonna get the carries. We don't know what the game plans are. I'm not an insider. If y'all didn't know, I'm not an insider, so I don't know what the game plans are, what they try to be. I can try to think of one. That's why I said, oh, with the linebackers out, they gonna try to get Devon Achane more involved in the passing game, but they still focused on Tyreek Hill, getting Tyreek Hill more involved in the passing game as well as Jalen Waddle, and they gave the ball to Devon Achane in the running game, and he had a huge running game, which I should have seen because I knew all the linebackers for the New York Jets was out, but I went with the passing, I went with the receiving yards. Lesson learned. The lesson I learned from the Broncos game is if you're going to pick the winning team to have the extra leg. You get what I'm saying? I went out there. I'm like, yeah, the Broncos going to win this, that, and the third. But then you go with Chase Brown for an anytime touchdown. That just don't make any sense. You get what I'm saying? So I probably should have veered towards Cortland Sutton receptions or some rushing yards, whatever the case may have been. I should have went with the winning team as far as my extra leg. So uh, just a heads up, I'm gonna definitely be leaning towards whoever I pick on Thursday night football as far as my extra parlay league, going with the spread and who I'm picking tonight. We got more news though in the NFL, man, and this is some great positive news. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to Dylan Gabriel, the ex Oklahoma Sooner, ex Oregon Duck quarterback, getting the starting job in Week 5 for the Cleveland Browns, man. Congratulations, man. I didn't think he was a quarterback that was better than Shador Sanders. I'm like, man, I didn't watch both quarterbacks. You feel what I'm saying? And I done watched Shador in his maturation and him turn around the University of Colorado. But you also can't downplay what Dylan Gabriel did. Like when I first saw Dylan Gabriel, I think he led the Oklahoma Sooners back in the Red River rivalry against the Texas Longhorns. And we know the Texas Longhorns been better than the Sooners as of lately. So I was impressed by that. Then he went over to Oregon, and I think we kind of got discouraged because of how they lost to Ohio State in the first round of the playoffs last year. Then he didn't have a great season. He wasn't in the Heisman talks. You get what I'm saying? But Dylan Gabriel is a really good quarterback, and I think I might have overlooked him, especially when you look at his maturity, man, because he's coming in and he's working. I don't know what Shador is doing, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know what Prime's doing. You get what I'm saying? Like, did they win a game this year yet? I know they was close to upsetting BYU this what was that past Friday or something like that, but what's going on, bro? Like I said, it's about the results, man. And as a person that I've been defending and rooting for them, and I still root for them to this day, I'm still prideful on my journalism. Yes, I'm calling myself a fucking journalist. You feel what I'm saying? And when you want to be a journalist or you want to be in journalism, you got to have unbiased opinions. And Shador, what are you doing? Like, we're going to come and talk to Shador because he is a polarizing star. The media is going to come and talk to him because he is a polarizing star. But why does he have to act like a child? You get what I'm saying? You answering questions in mind, just who like that? Like, no matter what you want to say, if you got kids, you automatically thought that's some childish shit, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like, nobody told you that that's not acceptable in a professional setting. The silent treatment, when at the end of the day, you were the third string. So all he had to do was, yeah, it makes sense. He was the second string. So he's going to, and maybe it was because they asked him why didn't he get bumped up to second string and why Joe Flacco's still second string. But he has to get better with actually answering these questions in a mature manner. You get what I'm saying? Even when we go back to him answering the questions earlier in the year that blew up, and he said, "Well, have you seen the starting quarterbacks in the NFL? Yeah, some of them fucking balling." You know what I'm saying? And even the people that's not balling, you was looking worse than them against third stringers, bro. Like, we just gonna forget about that last preseason game, huh? Because it doesn't fit your narrative, huh, Shador? You was hurt in the second game, you didn't play in the second game, and in the first game, you had some plays where it was like, you can't do that shit, bro. My man running backwards like this. But then you want to sit up there and say you don't want to be a backup to Lamar Jackson. No, that's probably the person that you should be a backup to because he's going to dial your dumb shit back. You feel what I'm saying? That's all Lamar Jackson has done. He's learned how to throw better from the pocket. He's learned how to throw with timing better. He's learned how to throw with more accuracy, more velocity, while saving and preserving his body. You feel what I'm saying? But Prime and Shador always want to throw their little shade at Lamar. You know what I'm saying? Why would you want to go to Cleveland where no quarterback has ever been successful to compete to be the backup because you know you wasn't going to come in and be the starter in Cleveland over going and being a backup to a two-time MVP who gets hurt? You feel what I'm saying? At the end of the day, Lamar Jackson isn't immune to injuries. He was hurt 2 years ago. Then he was in an MVP conversation back years. But we're not going to sit up here and act like he wasn't hurt for 2 years. And Tyler Huntley didn't make it to the Pro Bowl off of being Lamar Jackson's backup. Tyler Huntley literally has Pro Bowler on his resume because he was Lamar Jackson's backup. And Shador chose the Cleveland Browns and learning from Joe Flacco and competing and losing the competition to Dylan Gabriel over being a backup to two-time MVP Lamar Jackson. That's when it showed to me that I don't think it's about the football. I think it is about what can we say that keeps our name in the conversation? What can we do that keeps our name in the limelight? Because it's not about the winning. You didn't win at Colorado. As much as I love to root for the Sanders, you didn't win at Colorado, and now they back to being garbage. So what are we doing? What are we waiting on? You sitting up there answering questions in mom form with fresh braids, but a fuzzy ass lineup just makes you look crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you're gonna have a bunch of apologists out there because you got a bunch of grown men that's fanned out, bro. They sit up there and act like holding a man accountable to his actions is a negative thing. No, bro. I don't want to see nothing from Shador other than work, bro. I don't want to hear you talk about other starting quarterbacks when you're the third string, bro. I just don't. I don't want to see you miming interview answers instead of working on your craft, bro. Because at the end of the day, you're still third string because you haven't grown, bro. And the only reason you're third string it's probably because Kenny Pickett didn't play in the preseason at all, and you're younger. So, Shador, a lot of stuff has to be better, man. Mature, grow up. But congratulations to Dylan Gabriel, somebody that I would have never thought in a million years would have got a starting quarterback job in the NFL over Shador Sanders, bro. But when you put the work in and you stay the course and you stay focused, Shador that person that just walk around in this facility talking to everybody instead of studying the playbook, instead of being in a playbook like this, he walking around worrying about his likeness. You feel what I'm saying? His approval rating, bro. You're not the president, bro. Focus on your craft, bro. Focus on the game, bro. Focus on being the best quarterback you can be, not the best politician, bro. He's a great politician. He can talk his ass off. You know what I'm saying? Where's the proof of the pudding, though? Put some proof on tape because even your good preseason game, it was a bunch of horrible tape that went with it, bro. A bunch of horrible tape. So, Shador, he got a lot of self-reflecting to do, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Because the money and the fame and all that, man, it means nothing if you don't even get an opportunity in the NFL, bro. not even the opportunity. Your talent is way greater than that. But you gotta get past that ego, man. Your ego is the size of prime, but your work ethic is nowhere near prime. You got to make it add up, Shador. You got to make it add up, bro. First quarter review though. We 4 games in, quarter of the way through the season, man. And what an NFL season so far. This is why I love the NFL. My Niners 3-1, but I don't feel confident in them. My other team, the Baltimore Ravens, they 1-3. Injured everywhere. Kyle Hamilton out. Lamar Jackson injured. Derrick Henry can't hold on to the fucking ball. It don't matter. Football is around, baby. That's the best thing about this is just unpredictable. It's the highest parity of any sport in the world. You get what I'm saying? Number one thing, first quarter review. Philadelphia Eagles is the best team in the NFL, man. I don't give a fuck what you want to talk about. People want to say, well, the offense need to be more explosive. They need to do this. They need to do that. They still 4-0. When was the last? I think the last time they lost was fucking last September, bro. It's October 2025. I think the last time the Philadelphia Eagles lost was September 2024. Tip your cap to them, man. And this is also why, like, I don't get the whole um sore winners mentality in Philadelphia. Like, this has been a great franchise, Philadelphia Eagles fans. Y'all can have y'all chest puffed out. Y'all don't have to walk around, you know what I'm saying, being so like the little brother that's finally winning. You feel what I'm saying? Just always rubbing it in somebody's face. It's like, no, y'all are now the big brothers. You get what I'm saying? Now y'all can be like, oh, it's cute. You a Niners fan. You feel what I'm saying? Like y'all don't have to be so. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't even know the word I'm looking for. Y'all don't have to be so I don't know. But shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. To me, they are the best team in the NFL. Second thing that stood out to me, the Lions might be better without Ben Johnson than what they were with Ben Johnson because I think Ben Johnson had a tendency to want to be cute a lot. And I think this Detroit Lions team is going to have a tendency to lean into their grit. You get what I'm saying? So I think this Detroit Lions team might be better today than when they had Ben Johnson. The Steelers lead in the AFC North, man. Who would have thought 4 games in, Joe Burrow injured, out for the season, Lamar Jackson injured, 1-3. Don't know when he'll be back, but you got the Pittsburgh Steelers at 3-1 with Aaron Rodgers in that weak ass schedule, man. I don't think anybody would have predicted this. And then you got the Cleveland Browns already starting their benching their starting quarterback going to Dylan Gabriel. So this is already they're in rebuild, looking into the future mode because I just don't. I mean, if Shador pans out, Shador pans out, but I don't think that Dylan Gabriel's has the ceiling to be an elite quarterback. I think he has the ceiling to be a good starting NFL quarterback, but I don't see elite starting quarterback in him. I don't see a Dak Prescott in his body architecture. You get what I'm saying? But he could surprise me and maybe do something different, but I just don't see that out of Dylan Gabriel. And it's shocking to me that the Pittsburgh Steelers are right now running the AFC North, man. This is I, I love football. You know what I mean? Because it always humbles me. It always reminds me that you don't know everything. You feel what I'm saying? Always got to keep an open mind and learning new things. And the final thing after week 4 of the NFL that stood out to me is that the Chiefs are still the Chiefs. As much as we want to sit up there and say, oh, this might be the end of this run or this might be the end of, we didn't know when the end of that Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, Teddy Bruschi, Willie McGinnis run came until the next era came in. You get what I'm saying? Like, we didn't realize that era ended until the Aaron Hernandez, Rob Gronkowski, Wes Welker era started with Randy Moss. We didn't know that. You get what I'm saying? So we don't know when it's going to end, when it's truly over. And at the end of the day, Patrick Mahomes and his skill set will have them in any game, man. We'll have them in any game. And the fact that, like I said, now they got Tyquan Thornton involved. They're developing Tyquan Thornton. You got Rashee Rice coming back. Xavier Worthy looked like a #1 receiver Sunday against the Ravens. This team is still the team to beat in the AFC. And I know the Buffalo Bills had been looking like, even if we beat them in the regular season again this year, that ghost can't be slain, especially when you know they'll probably be more healthy than they are now later in the year. fully stacked with all their weapons. You know what I'm saying? So the Kansas City Chiefs are still the Kansas City Chiefs. You know what I mean? First quarter review. Let me know what was the number one thing that stood out to y'all through the first four games of the NFL season. For me, it's the Eagles. Them boys is nice, man. That block field goal and then to go in and kind of dominate the Tampa Bay Bucks in Tampa like that. Eagles been super impressive to me. Super impressive. Thursday night football, though, man. We are here. This is what we here for. The entree, the meat of the motherfucking show. This is the money maker right here. 6-3. Oh no, 8-3 against the spread on prime time. So we got the Thursday night football matchup of my San Francisco 49ers at the Los Angeles Rams. Rams favored by 8 points. No Purdy, no Pearsall, no Jawan Jennings. Trent Williams not playing the same. CMC hasn't been dominant. It's sad to say, but I'm going with those same old sorry ass Rams to beat my Niners, man. Yeah, and cover the spread. I'm looking at it like for one, Mac Jones, Mac 10, he's not fully healthy. So you're gonna have Mac Jones out there with a hobbled knee, or we gonna have a third string. I don't even know who the fuck he is, man. I don't even know who he is. You dig what I'm saying? So my Niners, man, I look at this as another loss. The Rams on a 3-game winning streak against my San Francisco 49ers. I don't see it turning around. As far as what I'm gonna throw y'all for my extra parlay leg, I'm gonna go safe because I need to hit. I got to hit on my parlay today. Yeah, you know what I mean, I missed 3 straight primetime parlays. I done hit on the covering, but I missed on the legs, on the extra legs. I'm gonna go with Blake Corum on the over on the rushing yards. Right now, they got him at 30 and a half rushing yards. So he only got to get 31 rushing yards. It's a Thursday night game. I think they've been splitting the carries between Kyron Williams and Blake Corum over the past few weeks. And it's a Thursday game, so I expect Blake to get a few more carries. And my Niners run defense just isn't that good. It's not an elite run defense so far this year, giving up 140, 100 plus yards to Travis Etienne. Even though Travis is having a career year so far this year, that's not the Niners defense that I'm expected to know. And they gave up a bunch of passing yards or a bunch of short stuff. So I think they might try to switch up the defense. Who knows? But I'm gonna go with the Blake Corum leg of over 30 and a half rushing yards tonight. And I'm gonna go with the Rams to cover that 8 point spread. I see them winning by probably like 10, 13 points tonight. But I mean, no Purdy. And Purdy been stinking it the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? For you Purdy supporters and fans, you know what I'm saying, that hated Trey Lance. This He's the only San Francisco 49er quarterback since JT O'Sullivan to have multiple interception games in 3 straight games. You know what I'm saying? So Purdy hasn't been playing well. If Mac does play, I don't think he's going to start the season. What would that be? 3-0 as a starter, especially going up against, you know what I'm saying? Who did they beat? Well, the Saints won, I expect, but beating the Cardinals and the Rams, I don't see that from Mac Jones. So I'm gonna go with the Rams covering the spread against my San Francisco 49ers, unfortunately. I be having to be smart. Like I said, I'm gonna be smart moving forward with the Ravens because I've been using my feelings with them. But I'm gonna be smart and I'm gonna go with the Rams to cover the spread and Blake Corum on the over on the rushing yards. That's my prediction for Thursday night football. Let me know what y'all think. This is MadMizzy Sports in the AM. Hope y'all have a great Thursday. I'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow. Then we'll be back Sunday for Sunday with Mizzy. And yeah, have a great Thursday and enjoy the game tonight. MadMizzy Sports, MizzyWorld Entertainment. Like, comment, share, subscribe, alert. Squad.